All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to paint their door a vibrant shade of blue. Others have the need to decorate their bathroom with fish, anchors, and other nautical items. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this special episode, drop, whatever you want to call it, of Real Life, Real Crime, the podcast. And as always, I'm your host, Woody Overton. And today, we're bringing you the long-awaited, if that's a word, the long-awaited announcement about the live show on July the 19th. Real Life, Real Crime, Raw and Unscripted, Woody Overton on the stage. Pretty sure I'm going to hurt somebody's feeling in the crowds, but that's just the way that it is, right?
That's right.
But let's give you the details, and we're going to skip around a lot because this is raw and unscripted like it used to be. So it's in Hammond, Louisiana at Southeastern Louisiana University in their main theater.
Yay.
Right? And what most people don't know, that's where I cut my teeth at. Not only did I go to college there, and I lived there many times in my journeys. I would go to college for a little bit, go off and work, come back and go to college. But I started my police career there as a campus police officer. But, you know, people think they're rent-a-cops. Pretty much it's not. You have to actually be post-certified. You're have the same powers as any other cop, but your jurisdiction, your main jurisdiction is on campus, right? And, I got in so much trouble.
Well, you've told the story before, but it's also the first time you ever heard you were crazy.
That's right.
Legitimately.
I will get to that in a minute. But Southeastern is an amazing place to get an education, and two of our children are graduated from there.
That's right.
Sophia is now
the assistant director of the Alumni Association. She's getting her master's from there too.
And so she's working full time there for, the university, and it's awesome. And I know she's doing a great job. Now, LA, our son, graduated in business last December, and he's prospering and doing well. But it's my old stomping grounds. Before I was a cop there, I stomped the shit out of it.
Yes, you did.
I'm talking about Hammond, Louisiana, and Southeastern.
While you were in high school, you were stomping
and
shit out.
Let's tell that story. So when I was in high school, I got selected to. Don't start laughing yet. I got selected to be the representative for my high school, what they call state rally. All right. The best in the state of Louisiana went head to head, toe to toe, knock out MFers, knock it out. But I got selected to represent my high school in the subject of Spanish. Right. Hey, don't laugh. Hey, she's laughing because I was dumb as fuck in high school.
No, you weren't.
No, I didn't care about high school. Right. All I cared about was sports and females and beer drinking, right? And I was pretty good.
You thought I wasn't that. I mean, we both had kind of the same.
Yeah, I thought you were just dumb and pretty.
Right. Look at me now.
Right? You're just dumb. I was just teasing. So back to it, Mr. Gilmore, rest in peace. Yes. He was the one, and I was a genius like all my other brothers and sisters who all graduated with honors and all that. I barely graduated. I stole my graduation. But he sent me, and he's like, I want you to represent us in Spanish, because I was taking high school Spanish. And he said, you're good at it. You could do it. I'm like, F yeah, man, I'll go do that. So, true Woody Overton style, Friday night before, drank all night long and showed up like 5 minutes late for the state rally test. And I went in that classroom. I walked in, I looked at my competition. I scoped them out, and I was like, I'm going to own this motherfucker.
Did you make eye contact with each of them?
I'm not telling all my trade secrets. I scoped them out and I sat down and they gave my test. And this before we had Scantrons and all that shit. You had to actually like
Bubble.
check a box or something, right? Whatever I remember it was. But I took the test. It was hours and hours and hours, probably much longer because I was hungover or still drunk. And I took the test, left. You don't find out the results, right? No. About a month and a half later, I'm sitting in class in high school, bored as fuck, probably asleep on my desk or something with the drool on it.
Spitballs.
So, and then they come over to the loudspeaker, the intercom, they say, the principal.
Make all the announcements of everybody that.
Right. It's a big deal. And the principal came on and said, I want to announce the winners of, the state rallies at,
their rankings.
Whatever. It was all the subjects. Right. And they went through and they got to Spanish, and by God, no one was more shocked than Woody Overton when they said in special recognition in Spanish, Woody Overton took 5th place in the state of Louisiana in Spanish. I was like, fuck yeah. And everyone's like, what? Woody got 5th? I was like, that's right, bitches. I own that motherfucker, right? But what I never ever told anybody was there were only 5 people in the room. Look, I carried that shit. My parents didn't know it until years, recently. And they were like, you took 5th in Spanish? I was like, I got a secret to tell you. There was only 5 people in the room.
There's really 3.
But I mean, I guess other high schools didn't want to send their people for Spanish, and Mr. Gilmore knew I could win 5th.
At least he had faith in you.
But anyway, back to it. Southeastern Louisiana University. It's an awesome place. Great. I started my police career there, and I'll tell that story real quick.
Okay.
So I started on January 1st. 1999. Whenever it was, I went through the hiring process, civil service. You had to go take the test and all that, and they put me on duty on New Year's Day, and I worked. Had to do field training and all that good stuff. Field training officer. It's a lot goes into it. And so, but in the hiring process, you have to go through the drug screen and a psychological test and all this other bullshit. Well, about 6 months into me working there as a police officer, and I had been post-certified by this time, Captain Harold Todd, who was a retired Louisiana State Trooper, and he was number 2 only to the chief in Southeastern University Police Department, calls me in his office, and he said, Woody. I said, yes, sir. He said, we have a problem. I said, no problems, only solutions. He said, we got a problem. I said, well, what is it? He said, well, during the hiring process, you had to take a psychological test. I said, yes, sir, I did. And he said, that test tells us what kind of person you are. I said, okay. And y'all, look, when I took the test, to be honest with you, I was like, I know I'm fucking crazy, or I don't want to come off like Woody.
You wanted to seem like a cop.
I don't want to come off like Woody Overton. So this is a test of like 1,000 questions, and then pretty much asking the same question different ways and all that, all these different questions. And I was like, I'm going to answer this how I think a cop would answer it. Right. Cause I was the biggest fucking outlaw there was.
Yeah.
And so I did it. Like they had questions like, do you sometimes get mad and want to break things? No. Do you like to read instruction manuals? Yes. And I don't. Right. I was doing everything opposite and then trying to figure out how a cop would answer it. Kevin Todd said, you are the first person in the history of this test that's ever been given that they told him that he said, if you score so many points to the negative, you can't be hired.
Right.
Score so many points to the positive, you get hired. And he said, you're the first person that ever had a 0. I was trying to fuck it out and figure out how to compliment answer. He said, you've got a 0. And he said, if you hadn't been working here for 6 months, we'd have to fire you. I mean, but you're doing a good job and and so, and they already spent tens of thousands of dollars for me to post certified. I had to go to LSU, to the academy. They had to pay my salary while I was there, pay for me to go to the academy, everything else. I'm pretty sure it was a situation where they didn't want to lose all the money they had invested.
Right.
And when you signed up for Southeastern PD, you had to sign a contract saying, I'll stay here for 2 years because everybody uses it, right? Because, the university PDs need cops, and cops go there to get their foot in the door, and they get post certified, and they go to a bigger department. Right. Natural process. And naturally, that's what I was doing also. But I had my own PI business at the time and all, side gigs and everything else. And so later on, I think it was in May of whatever year it was in May, Todd called me in his office. And now look, I was leading everybody else in the university police department by like 5 arrests in May. Right. For the year. Yeah. So I had like 7, and the next person behind me had 2. Right. And he called me in. He said, Woody, we got a problem. He said, you need to learn how to talk to people. And he said, we need to send you to interpersonal communication school. I said, what are you talking about? He said, you've got all these arrests and you get complaints on you, and no officers ever had this many arrests this early in the year. I said, hey man, I'm making arrests. I'm making good arrests. I'm doing dope arrests, like good arrests, not bullshit arrests, not disturbing the peace, or like felony charges. Yeah. That's what it was. Felony arrests, right? Yeah. And he was like, well, you're making our students look bad. So some of your fucking students are bad. and like I was bad when I was here, right? Yeah, I should have been arrested. I should have been arrested for a lot of shit that I arrested these people for. And he said, I swear to you, he said, we're going to send you to interpersonal communication school.
Obviously you did not go.
You need to learn how to be nicer. I'm like, okay, let me know how all that works out for you. And that's when I'd already been reaching out, and that's NOP. I want to stay local for my daughter. I was a single dad at the time, our daughter, Kate. And, but I always wanted to be federal law enforcement. And I had already started the process with the Border Patrol and everything else. And anyway, long story short, it came down to time, and I stayed local. And you know the rest of the story. And I was blessed by doing it. Let's bring it back to Southeastern now. Great place, and it's grown so much over the years. And this hall, I've been in it. Yeah. Basically it's a concert hall. I don't know what they call it, a theater. Yeah. I call it a concert hall. So the live show is going to be on Saturday, July the 19th. Yep. The starting time officially is 5:00. Right. And the ending time officially for the show is 7:00. Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about that. Okay. That means the doors open at 5 for the regular general admission tickets, right? The VIP have what? An hour ahead of time for that. Now, back in my day, you couldn't drink on campus. You couldn't do any of that, but there will be alcohol sales there. It is expected. I'm going to drink. Yeah. I expect you to drink. and food vendors, right? Mm-hmm. And all that's going to be there ahead of time. I'll be back in the green room, get ready to do the show. Y'all can get a little tight, have a toddy, whatever you want to do, have some food, really nice environment. And at 5:00, the doors will open for general admission. Now, the VIPs, like we said, they get, if they choose to, they can go in at 4, get the best seats and what have you.
Yeah.
300 and how many?
360.
360 people theater, right? Which is intimate enough and good enough. And I mean, I love the ring. It's a great place. It's not a bad seat in the house. Right?
No, there's not.
But you got your VIP and your general admission, alcohol ahead of time, food ahead of time, whatever you show up, whatever you can tailgate. You can be like me at an LSU game, get there at 6 o'clock in the morning and stay all day if you want to.
You could.
I'm pretty sure I know the chief there now and we'll make sure you don't get arrested. But so it, you know, when it opens and then get your seating, and I'm going to take the stage and I'm going to do a live, raw, unscripted, old school Woody Overton, unfiltered story. That's why I say I'm probably going to hurt somebody's feelings. I know I will, because that's just the way the world works. But the original Real Life Real Crime, we won all the awards for and everything else, that's going to be there July the 19th. And it'll be a never before told story.
Right.
Right. And I'm going to rock it. And I can't wait to see. But actually, Southeastern gave us my first live show ever at the Continuing Education Center in Walker, right? Satellite campus. And when we put the tickets and the money for the tickets and the prices and everything else, like in the first shows, way back when, I was like, oh, that in my mind, I was like, that's too much. Well, it sold out in like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, can we have Friday night also? That was Saturday night sold out. That one sold out in like an hour and a half. And then I was like, can we have Thursday night? And, you know, you do one show, do 3. And it sold out. It took it a day and a half because the day the tickets went on sale was the day Joe Burrow was playing the national championship for LSU.
Yes.
So, but people came in from all over the United States.
Right.
It was amazing. And all our live shows have been amazing. We sold out every one of them. And people come in from all over the country, and I'm so excited to meet all the lifers and everything else. And, you know, I'm going to put on a great show. It's going to be stupid, raw, unscripted, but old school, true crime, Woody Overton stories. And man, I've been holding on to this one forever.
Yes.
Right. And so anyway, that's it. I want to say huge thanks to Southeastern and Crystal Hardison and the president of the university for taking a chance on me. And I've gone back over the years. Like one teacher asked me, I got to tell this story.
Yes.
One professor asked me to come in during summer school and speak to her classes.
This was right at the ending of like when the restrictions were lifted for COVID. Yeah. So a lot of it was remote still.
Yeah. And so I was like, hell yeah. And I go talk to people all the time in high schools, wherever, it doesn't matter. This professor messaged me and I'm like, hell yeah, I'll do it. Right. I didn't get paid anything for it. And I was like, yes, absolutely. Rock a young mind, go do what I do. So I show up and the professor, she's like, but the days we worked it out, she was like, I'm going to be out of state, but I can be in on Zoom. I'm like, great. So I knew the building, used to patrol it, used to walk in, and tell you one of the worst things just popped in my head. Being a cop at Southeastern, when state budgets started going down or whatever, one of the jobs they had us do at nighttime was actually, no, fuck no, I ain't cleaning a bathroom. I did that in the Army. They had us go through we had to do building checks. They had us go through and turn off lights in the classrooms. March is Sleep Awareness Month, the perfect time for you to think about the quality of your sleep and how the mattress you choose can make all the difference. Avocado Green Mattress is committed to providing mattresses that not only help you sleep better, but also are healthier for you and the planet. Did you know that with the right mattress, you can improve your sleep quality by up to 50%? If you're not waking up refreshed and ready to tackle the day, it might be time to consider Avocado and their sleep-enhancing design. Cindy and I love Avocado for so many reasons. Not only are the materials organic and free of chemical and toxins, Avocado mattresses promote better sleep through breathable, naturally temperature regulated materials, which is so important to our sleep right now. Did I mention there is a mattress to fit your needs too? AVOCADO offers gentle to firm to plush mattress comfort and support. Take their quiz to find out which mattress and comfort option is right for you. AVOCADO stands by their products too. They offer easy financing options with Affirm, sleep trials up to 1 year, and options to try before you buy. Head to avocadomattress.com today and save up to 10% on certified organic mattresses. Dream of better. Did you know there's an online cannabis company that ships federally legal THC right to your door? And they found a way to combine THC with carefully selected functional ingredients to target nearly every mood and health concern you can think of. I'm talking about Mood.com's incredible line of functional gummies. And you can get 20% off your first order at Mood.com with promo code RLRC. Forget one-size-fits-all supplements that only get you high. Mood's functional gummies are optimized to kick in as little as 15 minutes and take you to the mood that you're looking for. Whether that's Mind Magic gummies for deep work and creativity, PMS support to ease cramps and balance mood swings, or their sexual euphoria gummies to help you feel ready for action and turn every touch into a full body experience. Look, y'all, you know I have trouble sleeping. I take the Sleepy Time gummy. I take a quarter of one before I go to sleep, and I sleep hard all night long. Never even move. Wake up feeling fresh as a daisy. So listen, you can find gummies to just get you high pretty much anywhere these days. But Mood's functional gummies combine premium federal legal THC with targeted botanicals to help you get into that perfect mood, usually in as little as 15 minutes. And everything ships discreetly right to your door. No dispensary lines, no awkward conversations, just better days and nights delivered to your doorstep. Best of all, not only is every Mood product backed by a 100-day satisfaction guarantee, but as I mentioned, listeners get 20% off their first order with code RLRC. So head to Mood.com, find the functional gummy that matches exactly what you're looking for, and let Mood help you discover your perfect mood. And don't forget to use promo code RLRC when you check out to save 20% on your first order.
And that was a bad job.
No, but I mean, it's like, I'm a cop.
Yeah, but there could have been hanky-panky going on or drug deals going on.
Maybe in my mind, whatever. So the professor was out of state. I show up at summer school, which I always took summer school classes because you get your credit hours in such a shorter amount of time, right?
Definitely.
So I show up and there's like 8 people in the room, right? And then for some school, I'm like, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I had another class after that. And the professor gets on the Zoom. She had an assistant, right? And she got me on the Zoom with her. I said, hey, she appreciate it so much, and do it. And, just say whatever you want to say. I was like, okay. And I'm looking around at these students. I'm thinking, these motherfuckers look young as fuck. And so I started and I was like, asked one of them, said, what year are you in? And he said, well, I'm a junior. And then there's another one that said, I'm a senior. I was like, damn, they look young as fuck nowadays. and I went around as juniors and seniors, right? So the professor was muted on the Zoom and I just laid into it, right? Tell him whatever story I told. And it's college. I cursed a little bit like I'll do at this live show and everything else. And I just laid it out and their eyes were fucking like about to pop out of their head. It was a pretty gory rape murder story and eyes are popping out of their head and everything. And I just went into it, right? And I used a whole hour up or I think it's an hour and a half for some school. I used the whole thing up and they were like, afterwards talk to me about whatever while the other students filled in. Well, I happened to get back to the professor whose eyes are bigger than anyone's. I hadn't looked at the computer screen. It was over to my left. And she was like waving at me and I took it off of mute and she said, they're high school students. She said they're high school students. I said, well, don't you think she should have told me that? I'm at a university. So I'm pretty sure I scarred all of them, although one of them went on to be a cop. Back to it again. Thank you, Southeastern. Y'all, Hammond is such a great city, and hotel wise, look it up, TripAdvisor, et cetera. I know the football team uses,
the Holiday Inn.
The Holiday Inn. I've used the Hampton personally doing polygraphs and stuff like that. Sean Brady, my old roommate from college, his dad was the federal judge who graduated with my mom and dad from law school. He's deceased now. He was actually the head track coach there for years and years. And back in our college days, he ran track there. And I mean, I'm telling you, I got history.
I know you.
But it's going to be a great show, and it's going to be love, love, love. But after the show is over, when I leave the stage, everybody that buys a VIP ticket will have a shuttle bus.
The shuttle will get them there as well.
Yeah, you can tell them about that in a second. But
Okay.
I know that if you had a few to drink, which I will be on stage, and you get shuttled to the VIP event. Right. And it's another awesome venue, and they will have full bar, and your first drink is on Woody Overton.
That's right.
And we're going to take pictures and sign autographs and hang out and drink a few.
Have some hors d'oeuvres.
Have some hors d'oeuvres, food, yes.
It's going to be a little reception.
Yeah, reception. It's going to be basic. I've never been to a reception in my life.
You have been.
Only parties. They can call it whatever they want to make themselves feel better. I'm going to be partying with my lifers that buy the VIP tickets.
Yes.
And so ticket prices, it's $50 for general admission. Gets you in the 2-hour live show, et cetera. It's going to be freaking amazing, right?
Yes.
The VIP is $100. And
Absolutely.
y'all, I don't set these prices. They do.
Yes.
But the $100 gets you the after party, the reception, the food, first drinks on Woody, and we're going to hang out until you get tired of looking at me.
That's right. And one of the things that we've been working on with the ticketing that I kept mentioning is with their system, they cannot do a coupon code for a discounts because we
For the
offer
patron and convicts.
Yes,
Right.
for the patrons and convicts. So what I'm going to do is, there's going to be a welcome bag for our
that's right.
patrons and
You tell 'em.
convicts.
Yep.
So the VIPs will get their welcome bag, but if you're a patron and convict, you're still going to get something from us to compensate for that discount that you're not getting.
Right.
So what they're going to get, like for the general admission, they're going to get a $5 coupon for merch at the merch table.
Right.
And so
If they don't go VIP.
Exactly. If they
Right.
don't do VIP, if they
Right.
choose to go GA, general admission, because we cannot offer a discount.
Because y'all, this event is basically put on by Southeastern Louisiana University.
It actually,
And
yes.
they've been, asking me to do it at the main campus for so long, and it's time, right? And so when they set the ticket prices and in accordance with us naturally, but they provide the security. Woody Overton might be a young Woody Overton cop there.
That's right.
And they provide the security. The VIPs will get the shuttle transfers and taken care of, the whole 9 yards. They also provide things that nobody thinks about, like the insurance
Yes.
and stuff like that we don't have to provide.
Yeah.
So it's a real blessing for us.
Right.
And we love Southeastern.
Yes. So, what did you want me to?
About the VIP experience.
So what we're going to do I do want to say this. So Crystal Hardison was the person that facilitated your first lives through the
right.
Literacy Center, like
Her
you
and Kelly
said.
Jennings.
Yes.
Unspeakable podcast.
That's right. And this is an actual the first ever collaboration between the Livingston Center, the Literacy Center, Southeastern Literacy Center,
Where we did our first live shows.
and making it larger at the Southeastern scale. They're trying to implement this program in Southeastern as well, and that's why they want you. It's a huge deal.
I get it. And so we did our first live shows there. We also done Bloody Angola there.
Yes.
With me and Jim Chapman,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then Kelly Jennings, I know, has done several shows there at the Extension Satellite Campus.
That's
so
right.
They want to bring it to the main campus, the main hall now.
And they fought for this year. Crystal, like, all the time was like, are you ready? Are you ready? And this is why. Because it's the 100
year anniversary of SLU.
And they are
Southeastern.
they're doing everything as big and grand as possible because the marketing.
I'm honored.
I can't remember the marketing gentleman's name, but he's like, go big or go home. We only get one shot at this. So we want to bring out all the stops.
And they're awesome. And they're going to advertise it through all their channels. And I'm sure, I remember the first show I did, I went on their radio station.
Yeah.
And did it, and went on their radio show and did it, and they'll pump it out. They'll do all they have to do, but they don't have to do that much because this is going to sell out.
Yes.
We know it's going to sell out. It's our first live show in 2 years. We won every podcast award in the world. We quit trying them. And we solved cold cases, Courtney Coco's and Mary Pooh shows. And we're still working on Miss Barbara Blunt's. And of course, hashtag Justice for Haley. Y'all, that's coming to a head real soon. And we're blessed to be there. The 100th year anniversary of Southeastern Louisiana University. My roots. I'm talking about, actually, I told you my Spanish story. I was like 17 when that happened, and I'm 55 now.
Yeah.
So, so very, very proud to have the opportunity. So very, very proud, about all the lifers that I know they're coming, right?
Yes.
And to get to see y'all all in person and get to do an original real life, real crime story that took us to the top.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So you want to hear more about this VIP experience?
Yes.
Okay. So of course it's going to start off with a bang because most importantly, you get to have one-on-one time with Woody.
Right.
The meet and greet is huge. It's a huge deal for you to sit and talk to every single person individually. And you are the one that said, I am buying everyone a drink. Like that was
Absolutely.
a stipulation. You're going to buy everyone their first drink. And this was a big deal for me because the Southeastern Alumni Center is across the street from where the theater is. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want our people walking from Kingdom Come. But parking it's a walking university. So the parking is a distance. I mean, it's not, you can get some easy parking on the weekend.
Listen, I know.
Yeah, I know you know.
I had boots put in my car, right, when I was a student. I know about parking. But this is a Saturday also.
Exactly.
So the parking will be really available, around the GA, right.
But so you're going to get shuttle service, which is going to be a round trip transportation from the Alumni Center to the theater, and then from the theater.
So the VIPs will park at the Alumni Center, get the shuttle over, get to see the show, get the shuttle back, get to party.
That's right. They're going to have a curated welcome bag from us. We always do hotel welcome bags. Mm-hmm. And so I put in your little bags of dicks. I put in koozies. I put in treats for you at the hotel, water bottles, Tylenol, whatever you need for this experience. So it's going to be the same situation. And then whatever other goodies I can find. We are working very closely with Tangibahoa Tourism, and we're going to do as much as we can to get coupons from restaurants, free appetizers, discounts.
Listen, y'all, I know every restaurant. I used to tell you every night of the week what special it was because I was a student or a poor ass cop.
Yeah.
And I could tell you, I still could tell you the best restaurants in Hammond.
Well,
and okay.
No, you do. And then every Sunday you like to tell me something about
Monday. Oh, no. Yeah. Well, Sunday was during football season was when I was a poor young cop, single dad. On Sunday, I'd go get me a $10.99 pizza, and it came with a 2-liter of Pepsi. And I drank that with a hangover and watched football all day. That's not what the real deal was. The real deal was Tommy's Pizza on Monday night, the extra large 4-topping pizza. Back then it was like $11.99. Now it's, it is what it is. It is what it is, but it's true Italian.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but anyway.
So once you get, your shuttle brings you to the theater, you're going to have early access seating. So you're going to walk in the doors. There's going to be a bar set up. You're going to be able to get your drinks. You will be able to bring the drinks inside of the theater.
Yeah, get more drinks.
And you can go out and get more drinks. There's going to be food choices as well. And we're going to have VIP sections marked off, what we feel would be the best VIP seating. But if you want to get in there and you want to sit somewhere else, you can sit wherever.
You be Woody Overton and sit way on the back wall in the back corner. That's your choice.
That's right.
That's what, your early access. You can pick any seat you want in the house.
That's exactly right. And we're going.
But none of them are bad.
No.
I mean, it's 360 people in stadium theater. It's pretty awesome.
That's right. And so then Woody's going to tell his story. Y'all are going to get butthurt, cry, get offended.
Yeah, it's going to be
joking.
Probably all of the above.
And then that same shuttle is going to bring the VIP people back to the Alumni Center where we're going to have a party.
That's right.
But we're on paper calling it a meet and greet reception.
Yes. For the sensible, whatever, maybe insurance reasons.
And so you'll get to take pictures, and then we'll have more drinks, we'll have more food.
Mm-hmm. And look, after the pictures and autographs are done, and I'm hanging.
Yeah.
We're going to be, it's kind of like a crew bash without the band.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I'm hanging. We just, laugh and be stupid.
Yeah. And so there's then we're going to do that. And then, of course, you get your merchandise discounts. We are going to have a merch table at the event, and we are going to have a merch table at the VIP event as well. That way, if you don't get a chance to do it.
Yeah, I'd stay in line or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. So, I don't think it gets any better than that. We've given a lot of thought into the process and making the process is easier on getting people to and fro.
Well, you know what? We have a lot more experience
now,
and Southeastern has a lot more experience now on hosting these events.
Yes, for sure.
It'll be what it'll be, which is pretty special.
It's exciting, and it is an honor.
It is really an honor. Thank you, Southeastern Louisiana University. Thank you, Crystal Harrison, Sophia, and the president and everybody else. I don't know if Patrick is still the chief now. I forgot to ask that, but it's just going to be a real blessing, but it'll be a real good time. And I promise you this, if I've never promised you anything else, I'm going to rock it.
Absolutely.
Old school, raw and unscripted, whichever, that's what we built our pyramid upon, if you will. And I know we're so diverse in so many different areas now, but this is going to be what we started with.
And so those that have gone to previous crew bashes, that environment, how much fun it is, the energy of it, and how much of a family it is. I mean, people sitting in the lobbies after it till the morning, but there's also been the issues of not being able to hear Woody talking.
Right. Because it was in bars. Right. Big ass bar rooms with stages.
And the best acoustics can't do any.
This is different because if I'm looking out at the crowd, what do you call that? It opens up to me.
It's like an amphitheater, right?
Well, same thing. Yeah. And everybody has a great seat. Everybody gets to hear, and it's going to be awesome. That was a great point.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So you will definitely, maybe fortunate or unfortunate, depending on who you are, you will definitely get to hear every word I say.
Yes, but this just hit me. It might be someone's question, a question for someone, but I know that in the past we've had people that broke their leg while they were here.
I know. One of the first live shows, I was doing a choking motion. I haven't told this story in We'll do that later on. But I was making the whole crowd choke to death a person. I was counting it out.
Yeah.
One dude fell out.
Yeah, he did.
And he fell out with a seizure.
Yeah.
I had to stop the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
And you get everybody out and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
You know what happened? He just his blood sugar or something was wrong or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a seizure. It was some, but anyway, it was significant. And there was still some of the best lifers ever.
Absolutely. But there's, we'll be upstairs. So there will be an elevator to get you upstairs. There are ramps.
Yes,
it's easy access.
Yes.
We made this as easy.
That was a big deal because a lot of our demographic or our age or older, whatever, and they have certain restrictions that they have to follow. All of this is covered, y'all.
That's right.
It's totally different than the Basin or the Texas Club or even the satellite campus.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're getting to come to see where I started at.
Yeah.
Where Woody Overton started as a cop and everything else. As a student before a cop and first person in history, the psychological test to have a 0. First person, probably the first and only cop ever to be, they wanted to send me interpersonal communication school. I got stories I can tell about that.
You still need to go there.
Yeah. I want you to fuck yourself. I should run that interpersonal communication school.
No, you should not.
Hey, let me tell you another story about Dr. Todd. Not Dr. Todd. That was my buddy that died last year. The Captain Harold Todd, retired trooper. And it was so funny when I went to the state police, I was, talked to old troopers about him. They knew him, right? And so on Southeastern campus, I don't know how it is now. We're talking about 30 years ago. You had a campus ticket book and a state ticket book.
Oh.
You had a choice, and because it's like it's on jurisdiction, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're hauling ass down a campus road, you can, if they're a student or whatever teacher, you can write them a campus ticket. It's a little bit cheaper. Doesn't go in your DMV record and all that. I don't like to write tickets. I never liked to write tickets. I fucking hated it. But you could also write them a state ticket, which would go on their driver's license and everything else. And again, I hated to write state tickets. So I'm going to tell this story and then you can end whatever you want to. One night, there's nothing to do, right? So like on Thursday night, Hammond is the place to be. Always was. When I was in high school, people go from all over state, even LSU to Southeastern party on Thursday nights. We all know I love me some tacos. They're great every night of the week, not just Taco Tuesday. But Cindy really wants me to eat healthier this year. And Factor chef-made gourmet meals have made eating well easy. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for my busy lifestyle. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goal. Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto, Factor has it all figured out. My favorite meal has been the jalapeno sweet corn polenta and chicken. Imagine a whole chicken breast marinated in lemon juice, garlic, and smoked paprika, grilled until juicy and topped with a zesty salsa verde. It's served over a creamy Parmesan polenta loaded with diced jalapenos, corn, mozzarella, and scallions. Bell peppers, red onions, and cauliflower are served on the side with fajita spiced butter. It was delicious and nutritious. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use Factor Podcast to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 300 programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
This the big night. Southeastern's it has a little bit of older student age range, I would say, and it's more for rural and a lot of people live there. Naturally, students do, but a lot of them commute.
Yes.
Right. And they have other jobs and whatever. So I always use the term or the phrase that on Thursday night, you couldn't find a place to park. On a Friday night, you could drop a bomb and not hear any parking lot in the university and not hit a car.
Right.
Everybody was gone.
They were in Lafayette.
Yes. Or no, they were going to the LSU games or Lafayette. But the thing being, I know it's transformed over the years because, everything's new and improved and all that, and more students stay there. But back in the day, all we had to do basically was run radar after the building checks and turn off lights and shit like that and escorting people out. This is a very important job. What the campus police do, it really is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want your students to stay safe. You don't want any crime. Captain Harold Todd didn't want any arrest. But so I'm running radar. Radar was a big thing, right? Well, radar is right before a ticket if you wrote tickets. And I didn't like to write tickets, but I like to look for dope. And later at night, you catch a motherfucker speeding. I always say after 11 o'clock at night, it's either drunk, dope, or a cop that's hauling ass, right?
Yeah.
I'm sitting up right on one of the main drags in the campus. This motherfucker's running like fucking 49 and a 15.
Right.
Pull him over. Gets out. Pull him over. He pulls over. Gets out, and he's cursing me right away. You motherfucker, why are you fucking stopping me? It's a student. Why are you fucking stopping me? Da 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 da. I said, oh, hand now you fucked up. Okay.
Yeah.
Because all I was going to do is, I wouldn't have wrote you a ticket.
Right.
Because all I was going to do is check you out, see if you're drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I would have called a trooper because even though we were certified to write DWIs, I hated to do it because
mm-hmm.
it's 2.5, 3 hours in for a misdemeanor, first offense, right? So I just called a trooper to let them handle them. And anyway, or maybe get him tucked into bed, whatever. But this dude got out, he's cursing me from the beginning. I was like, okay, well, fuck you too. And he didn't want to show me his license, whatever. I said, you're going to show it to me? And finally he did. So I had to dig to break out. We shared cars. Each shift shared cars. I think they had 3 at the time. They got a plethora of them now. Where when I went to the sheriff's office and state police, I had my own private car,
mm-hmm.
private unit, if you will. So I had to dig out a fucking campus ticket book, and I wrote the dude a speeding ticket on campus for whatever it was. And he had the red ass, and he snatched it out of my hand. I was like, I was so close to taking your ass to jail, but I didn't do it. Right? That was before Todd told me I had to go for interpersonal communication. And so I let him go. So we worked 2 on, 2 off, 3 on, 2 off, shift work. The very next fucking night, I'm set up in the same place. Here comes motherfucker running 40 something miles an hour. Look, I understand speeding. Okay. When they say 15 on a college campus, motherfucker, it's because people cross the street, students cross the street all the time. This kid was like 19 years old, had an attitude. My daddy's such and such. I'll get your fucking job. I'm like, okay, whatever. The first night, right? Next night, same motherfucker. Here he comes, hammered down, running, going to his dorm. Yeah. And so I pull him over again. He got out, and I said, oh, look, and cursing, I'm going to get your fucking job. And I pay, my daddy pays taxes and pays your salary. I said, well, can you please ask him to give me a raise? and now I'm cool, calm, and collected. He's going off, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, and he licensed again. He gave me his license. And this time I had to dig out a state ticket book, which I hadn't probably written like 3 in my entire police career. Right. It's a lot of shit you got to fill out, right? So I had to fill all that bullshit out, but I knew one thing. I knew this motherfucker wasn't going to sign it. And then I'll explain that to you. and Captain Harold Todd, if he's still alive, he retired state trooper, right? So I get out, or spend my time, or write the ticket, make sure it's correct, because if it goes to court, they throw it out. A defense lawyer will find that you didn't check this box, whatever. So go back to him and I say, okay, sir. And he's fucking madder than fuck. Okay, sir. And he's called me a rent-a-cop and all that. So, okay, sir, I'm citing you for 49 and 15. Here's your court date, et cetera. Sign at the bottom. You're not signing for an admission of guilt. You're signing saying that you're going to take care of this ticket, or you're going to show up on the court date to fight it. And he said, I'm not fucking signing it. And look, we didn't have cameras in the cars and all that shit like that. He said, I'm not fucking signing it. I said, I'm going to ask you one more time. I'm telling you again, you signing this is not an admission of guilt. It's not saying you're guilty. All it's saying is you're going to either show up in court and fight it, or you're going to take care of this ticket. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm not fucking signing it, bitch. I said, oh, great. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. He said, what for? And I said, turn around, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. He said, I'm not putting my hands behind my back. Well, guess what? That might, I only use the force necessary to bring the situation under control. Yeah. Let's just say this. This motherfucker got him some real estate and he got handcuffed. Yeah. At the end of the day. And look, it was a student, but he was a dick. But I cuffed him. No respect. And then guess what happened? When you don't get a campus ticket, you go to big boy jail. And you go to take him to jail, you got to take him to big boy jail. And when we were inside the city limits of Hammond, so I took him to Hammond City Jail, which shout out to them. I got a lot of great friends there. I took him to Hammond City Jail and I booked him in for resisting an officer, and the speed charges, right? 14108 is a resisting officer, Louisiana revised statute. And, I think it's 63 or 6214 is the speeding off the top of my head, right? Cause I had a photographic memory. So anyway, I booked him in. He was pissed, right? Oh, nobody was more pissed than Captain Harold Todd. Oh. Called me in the next day and he said, what do you mean you took him to jail? You took him to jail. You can't take somebody to jail for speeding. And he's just we call it, it's kind of a precursor to me getting called on the carpet, Mr. Kearney Foster all the times. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I knew I was fucking right. And so I listened to her rant, chew my ass up I love Captain Harold Todd. He's a great guy, but he chewed my fucking ass. I mean, he was red in the face, spitting. The president called. Sally Clausen was the president at the time. The president had called and all this shit. The daddies had called and it was this big fucking stink. But you know what? When he got done, I said, Captain Todd, you're retired from Louisiana State Police. He said, you know I am. I said, if they teach you in the Post Academy that ticket, when you tell them this is not an admission of guilt, this is saying I'm releasing you on your own recognizance, right? And you're going to take care of this. If they refuse to sign it, you have no other choice but to take them to jail. Yeah. That ticket, when you get a speeding ticket, that ticket, if you don't sign it, that's in lieu of going to jail. Yeah, exactly. They have the right to take you to jail, right? And I said, I had the right to take him to jail. He refused to sign a ticket. I gave him a campus ticket the night before. He can go fuck himself. And I stand by my ticket. So I'm pretty sure that ticket got thrown out. He knew he was, and
you were left with no choice.
Well, what do you ever tell this guy have?
Well, you put yourself in a position to where
I never got out of hand. I never raised my voice to him. I didn't do whatever. And this years later, I would train all the young guys. Said, always start out as low as you can. They're going to be way up here. They're pissed off. You're dealing with them in a bad moment. I said, then, you just keep maintaining that low thing when you have to escalate it. I knew the motherfucker was going to sign a ticket. No. and when I knew he also didn't think he was going to get arrested. Right. But I'm a motherfucker and a rent-a-cop and this and that and that and that. everything but a child of God. And I was just waiting on it. I set him up. I set him up to say, fuck you. I'm not signing a ticket. I'm going to ask you to sign a ticket again, sir. Fuck you. I can get you your job. I'm not signing a ticket. Great. You're under arrest.
Yeah.
And Todd, I mean, you know, shit rolls downhill. And it was a big shit storm. It's campus, and I get that. But in every crowd, there's an asshole. Mm-hmm. And Southeastern cops tell you the same thing right now. Yeah, man, I, at some point, didn't belong on a university campus. I had no business being there because I had no intentions of going to school. I was about the party and whatever. So anyway, that's an old cop story.
That was an old cop story.
Young cop story. It wasn't long after that they wanted to send me into personal communications. And I exited and I became a homicide cop eventually.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but back to it. Saturday, July 19th, doors open for the G general admission at 5 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Alcohol will be there for your purchase and food and everything ahead of time. Come hang out ahead of time.
Yeah.
Get fired up for the show because I'm going to rock it and I'm going to be in rare form.
In the area where, you know, where the hall before you go into the theater there's tables. We're going to have bistro tables set up. So there's plenty of place. Like if you get there early, you want to get there at 4 and, you know,
what generally happens in past shows, people, they congregate,
yes,
right around the bars and,
yes,
and the food tables and whatever. They hang out until the doors open.
Exactly. And we'll have room. It's obviously going to be air conditioned. You're not going to have to stand outside to wait for doors open.
Absolutely.
Like
it's first class. Southeastern, if they do nothing else, and Crystal Harrison and them, they improved upon everything they've ever done.
Yeah.
It's first class. I wouldn't do it. I wasn't going to do another live show.
No.
Because we have so much going on. But I'm proud to be a part of this. I'm proud to be a part of Southeastern's 100-year anniversary, and I'm damn proud to be the first podcaster to take the stage in the main hall on the main campus Saturday, July the 19th. And y'all, ticket prices, $50 general admission, $100 VIP. They are what they are.
But it's going to be
it's
an
going to be worth it.
Yeah. It's going to be worth it.
And I was talking to Sin about, ticket prices and everything else. And you go to a movie theater now, by the time you buy your tickets, you buy your popcorn and do whatever, it's the same price. And I get that. But my old brain can't compute that, but I get it. But I promise you this, I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. Get them while they last.
Yes.
We're going to post all the links to Southeastern's ticket person. What do you call it?
So for patrons and convicts, they're going to get everything. It's going to be put on Patreon or in the app locked so that other people can't get it. You will have 48 hours. It's going to start at 8 o'clock Monday morning, not midnight. It's 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Monday morning. And then at 8 o'clock Wednesday morning, everybody will have access to it. The other thing
2 days.
Yes, you have 48 hours. And also what we did not do, and we did not put a limit on the amount that you can buy because there are not a discount. So if you want to advance purchase for a huge group and y'all work out the money, that's completely fine. We've put restrictions on that in the past. Like if you're a Patreon, you only get 2 tickets. But we did not do that.
You get the tickets
because I'm telling them that
you get the tickets to 360 or so.
That's what I'm saying, period. And that's what I'm saying. 360
GA, it doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying, and so
don't want to come buy VIP a week later and it's sold out.
That's
So that's a knife that cuts both ways.
Exactly.
So you do whatever you're blessed to do, and I promise you, it's going to be stupid good.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And thank y'all so much. And I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
I love you. You and Crystal and Sophia putting it all together, and they've been after me for a long time to do it, and now it's time. And just bring it back to the roots one more time. and at my home, I literally put on my badge for the first time on the same place where we're going to be at.
That's amazing.
Isn't that it?
Yeah.
All right. So love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. Cindy is going to be doing all the posts and the links. Just, hey, you buy your tickets, share on Real Life Real Crime Community app, share it on the crew page. And we want to know where you're coming from all over the United States. And you know what? We'll give a couple prizes for who comes from the furthest and whatever. Cindy always does.
And that's
I'll call it she's Cindy stuff.
Cindy.
She goes overboard.
But I'm very glad that you mentioned that, because that's why Crystal because she knows how I am, curated gift bag. I will curate merchandise to fit people. Yeah. I want to know where you're coming from so that we can celebrate that too, you know, and
it'll all be great.
Yeah.
So, and if there's any specific merchandise like y'all want, like koozies or a certain design on a t-shirt, like the old Fast Mike designs or whatever, you got Justice for Courtney or hashtag Justice for Haley or Mary Pusho or whatever, y'all let Cindy know ahead of time and we can get it done.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I forgot to mention that. We will have merch tables there, but I am adding merch to the merch store, the same exact shirt that we will have there. That way they can wear it.
That'd be awesome.
Yes.
And anything else you want.
And if you have any request, I will create it.
Absolutely. And I know you will,
yes,
my lady. Hey, I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. I don't take this lightly. I don't take your time and the money you're going to spend lightly. It's going to be a blast. I'm really an introvert, but Sydney says, she's always said, when I take the stage,
you flip a switch. You just turn on.
I flip a switch and just rock it. And I always know when I leave the stage, when I get done, when I can't remember what it is that I said, although I know the story, I can't remember exactly what I said because it's not rehearsed.
No. I'm
just going to roll with it. I know it. When I leave the stage and I don't know exactly what I said, I know it was fire.
Yes.
Fire, fire, fire. Love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'll be your host of Real Life, Real Crime Live, Southeastern Louisiana University. I want to thank them again, Miss Crystal Harrison, Southeastern Louisiana University, Hammond, Louisiana, the city, great place. Can't wait to see y'all. And I'm Woody Overton, your host of Real Life, Real Crime, the podcast. Until next time or ever, don't let me catch you down on Murder Bayou. Peace.
All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to leave up holiday decorations year-round. Others have the need to use their garage as practice space for their new metal band. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.